Adam Good's training at the SCG.
Adam, any comment at all about Eddie Maguire, mate?
Happy to turn, boys.
A day after Eddie Maguire reignited the AFL race round, the dual Brownlow medalist trying to focus on footy. G'day everyone, it's the story that dominates our footy feed this Thursday. Our coverage begins with James Dampney in Sydney. He was at John Longmire's news conference.
Thanks, Matty. Well, the drama continues here at the SCG. John Longmire faced a packed media contingent. Here's what he had to say.
Are you confident that Goods is going to be in a good mental state for the game on Saturday?
Yes, I am. Look, he just wants to come along today and enjoy training with his teammates. I mean, that's probably the thing he's looking forward to the most, is getting out in the ground and having a run around and a kick and doing what he does.
You talked about how upset he was yesterday. Was there any possibility of him not playing?
Look, at this stage I expect him to play. If that changes, well, I'll support Adam in whatever he wants to do. I mean, he knows himself and he's experienced enough to know how he's going physically and mentally, and the discussion I had with him this morning is purely about training today, and that's what he's looking forward to.
In football news, young father-son recruit Tom Mitchell will make his much-anticipated debut against the Bombers.
I'm just grateful to be given the opportunity whenever it came, and I'm just looking forward to hopefully trying to contribute, and hopefully we can get a win on the weekend.
That's the news from the SCG. Back to you, Matty.
All right, James, thank you for that. Now, the fallout from the Eddie Maguire story is having a real impact on the Collingwood side. Jackie Reed's at Melbourne Airport as they fly out for Friday night football in Brisbane. How are the Pies coping with it all, Jack?
Thanks, Matt. Well, as you can imagine, there was a huge media scrum waiting for the team here at Melbourne Airport. Football manager Jeff Walsh was on hand to stop journalists from stopping any of the players as they checked in for their flight. Coach Nathan Buckley admits this controversy has taken its toll on everyone, none more so than Andrew Cracker and Harry O'Brien. Buckley will sit down with the pair of them tonight and once again tomorrow as they decide whether they want to take on the Lions tomorrow night.
I think it's a sensitive situation. It's a sensitive time. We support all our players, and if they feel for any reason like it's not within them to be able to go out and play a game of footy, well then we'll support that.
The Collingwood board has publicly thrown its support behind Eddie Maguire today, and Buckley admits the president is struggling.
He's, as you'd imagine, quite distraught and disappointed with his comment and obviously how that's been perceived. The bloke's in his 31st year of broadcasting. He's probably spent more time on air and had his head on TV more often than anyone I can remember in that time.
Maguire fought back tears on his breakfast radio show this morning as he once again apologised for his comments.
It's good to hear that maybe, somewhere along the journey you've done something right as well. But, if I'm feeling it this morning, I can only imagine what Adam Goods has felt all his life, and Harry O'Brien, and that's why I'm not going to turn this into the wailing wall for me.
So, Matt, this story is far from over. Back to you.
Yeah, OK, Jackie, thank you for that. Now to other news, and Melbourne coach Mark Neeld will front the Demons board on Monday night. He says it's a regular occurrence, but in the current climate, it makes his side's performance against the Hawks on Sunday ultra important. Neeld speaking today for the first time since Gerard Healy speculated the embattled coach had just 2 weeks to prove himself.
My contract is for 3 years. I'm not halfway through it. And the players are aware of that.
Neeld has won just 5 games since taking over as Melbourne coach. A calf injury will keep Lenny Hayes sidelined as the Saints prepare to play North Melbourne on Sunday.
Lenny's probably a 2 to 3 week spell on the sidelines. We've got to be very cautious now with Lenny coming back, so we'll weigh that up, but he won't be available this week.
The 3-time All-Australian was subbed out in the Saints' loss to the Western Bulldogs. And there's little doubt the Saints will be playing a North Melbourne side that's fired up after the Roos 1-point loss to the Crows. Coach Brad Scott making no apologies for calling his team mentally weak.
Now, there's no point in me sugarcoating things and saying we don't have a challenge, because clearly we do. And we've got to stand up to that, own up to it, lay ourselves bare, and then go about remedying it.
2 major milestones, Brent Harvey's 350th and Daniel Wells' 200th game, adding to the incentive for the Roos to bounce back this week. And that is your footy feed for this Thursday. Team news, of course, through the night here on afl.com.au. And also worth following the AFL accounts on Twitter and Facebook for the very latest updates. I'm Matt Thompson. See you tomorrow.